Well, Deadpool 2 review's out of the way, got nothing else to review. Oh wait, there's actually more stuff that came out this week that no one saw, such as this piece of shit. Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and this is my review for a movie that I'm sure none of you saw this weekend, and that is Show Dogs. And basically what Show Dogs is about is we focus on this world in which humans and dogs basically coexist, and basically there is this police dog named Max, and he is ordered to go undercover with this cop named Frank, and basically he enters him into this dog show basically to stop this like smuggling scheme, and along the way Max deals with the trials and tribulations of becoming a show dog, and that's all I'm gonna say. So Show Dogs, I mean, what is there to say about this movie? It's pretty sad when both the best and least anticipated movie of the summer came out the same week. I can't really recall another time when that's happened, but yeah, Deadpool 2 was my most anticipated film in the summer. This was my least. I was absolutely dreading the shit out of this movie. It looked terrible, it looked so childish, and it looked really dated. Like, we don't really see movies like this anymore. I was just really shocked by the cast. I couldn't believe that this was actually being released in theaters, and Show Dogs is terrible, but you expect it to be. I mean, is this really all that shocking that Show Dogs is a terrible film that is easily one of the sluggish films I have watched in all of 2018? And I've seen a lot of movies, mind you, so that's saying a lot, but let's just get this movie starting off with the cast. Alright, now I'm going to say it right now. If it wasn't for the cast in this movie, this would be a direct-to-DVD film, because I am honestly amazed they were able to get the cast that they did. They acquired a lot of talent in this film. Some of it's used well, and some of it's not. Let's just get the good out of the way. Will Arnett is good in this movie. He does do a good job as the character of Frank. He is very much the straight man in this movie. There's a lot of situations with him, you know, where he is forced to go along with this dog, and he does do a good job overall. He actually did get a few laughs out of me, and I will give Will Arnett this, you know, as much as I don't like this movie, he actually did put some effort into it, which most of these actors don't, and that is something I actually was very impressed with. Everyone else here, forget about it. Everyone else here is terrible. I don't think there's a single performance in here besides Will Arnett that actually is worth praising. Ludacris as Max is easily one of the weirdest casting choices I have seen in a while, because here's the thing. Ludacris is not a bad actor. I've seen him in the Fast and Furious movies. The guy actually can act. The guy actually does have some charisma to him. Here, he just seems bored. He seems so bored. He seems like he doesn't want to be here anymore. It seems like he's just here because he's not filming a Fast and Furious movie right now, or he's not making his next album, and everything about Max, the character he's playing we'll get to a little bit later, but he just seems so bored. He's trying to be this, like, tough ghetto dog, and it just does not work at all. His transformation in the film does not feel believable. His emotions do not feel believable. It's just a really awful performance. It's honestly really cringy to watch at points, and it really is baffling how he got casted in this film. I don't exactly know who decided to cast Ludacris here, but he clearly did not want to be in this, and it is very evident when it comes to his performance. And like I said, everyone else here is awful. Jordin Sparks, she literally is just here to be his love interest that tries to get him more into the world of being a show dog, and there's sort of like this weird forced romance between them. Natasha Lyonne, she's whatever in this movie. She's honestly pretty bad as this character of Maddie, who basically, you know, she's much more used to the show dog's environment, and her and Frank kind of clash throughout the film. Shaquille O'Neal is terrible here. I don't know what he's doing in this movie. He's like this flamboyant dog that, like, doesn't want to participate in, like, violent situations. I don't know how he got casted. Stanley Tucci is even terrible here. Again, everyone sucks. Like, besides Will Arnett, there really is no one to praise in this movie. But again, that's something you guys probably expected going into this film. Now let's get to the directing and the writing, because I think for most people, as bad as the cast was, I don't think that's the thing that people were dreading most. It's the director here. The director here is Gosnell, who gave us such hits as Home Alone 3 and the Scooby-Doo movies and the Smurfs movies, because everybody loved all of those films, and he was absolutely the guy to direct this film, and it's terrible. I mean, you guys know his directing is terrible. He does not know how to direct a kid's movie. The comedy is so forced. There is not a single time where I actually thought the comedy did land here. It felt so childish, and not childish in the sense where, oh, it's good for kids, they can watch it and they'll enjoy it. Honestly, I think even kids will be bored by this movie. To be honest with you, when I saw this film, 90% of the audience wasn't even kids. It was like old people. I don't know why exactly, but this does not seem like a movie that kids will really enjoy. It's something I guess you can put in the background and might distract them, but the comedy here just does not work at all. There are so many terrible dog puns. Very early on in the film, we get this reference with this bird where the bird literally says, and this is verbatim pretty much. I don't exactly know if this is what they actually said. Like I said, this is I'm just paraphrasing here, but basically he says to this dog, "Oh, I know you love it when I flip the bird." And then towards the end of this movie, there's this tiger, and he's on this, like, fucking, like, paragliding thing of sorts, and you see him on this, and he goes, "Now this really is the life of Pi." So yeah, that's the kind of movie you're dealing with here. If you can get past those lines, then by all means go watch it. But if those lines sound cringy to you, do not watch this movie. Seriously, it is not worth your time at all. The comedy is so bad, it's so LCD, and I think it's, like I said, it's about as bad as you can get in a kid's movie. But then there's the drama as well, and there actually is a pretty hefty amount of drama in this movie. It's so forced. There's a lot of stuff they try to get into, like, oh, this is what being a show dog is really about, and how show dogs are just misjudged, and they're not just here to be these stars, and they actually do have a purpose, and it's just dumb. It's so ridiculous. I don't know what they were thinking of here, but Gosnell's directing, it's terrible. I really hated everything about it. The writing, like I said, it's awful, but I think one of the worst things about this movie is that it doesn't really have a plot, to be honest with you. Sure, we have the whole thing with the scheme, but that is very loose. They don't really focus on the crime at all, and you would think that'd be the thing they focus the most on, because, you know, that's why they're being entered in this dog competition in the first place. But after a while, you forget they're even solving the crime, because they barely focus on it. Will Arnett, as good as he is, he's really given nothing to do in this movie, and I think that's the reason why I think he's actually good, because he has almost nothing to do. He's very much in the background. He's just basically there just to sort of emote and react. He just basically has a reactionary role. He's there to react to every single thing that Max does, and it just didn't do anything for me. And the character of Max, oh my god, I fucking hated this character. Holy shit. I mean, look, you could maybe think that, oh, there's gonna be some sort of arc that Max goes through, because he's like the tough dog, and he doesn't like these sort of competitions, and he doesn't want to be, in these sort of circumstances, and basically he's trying to find his way out of this. But the only arc that Max really does go through here, and this is a legit arc, I'm not kidding you, is that he has this fear when they are supposed to inspect all the dogs to make sure that they can go into the competition of these, basically these humans touching his private area. That's the only arc he goes through in this movie. That's literally it. There's nothing else he goes through here except for the fact that he has this romance with Jordin Sparks and she teaches him how to be a show dog. That's it. There's nothing compelling going on in this character. All the other characters are so one note. Stanley Tucci's just here to be like the sassy sort of gay. I mean, I at least got the vibe that he was gay. I don't know if the movie was trying to say that, but it definitely seemed that way. You know, he's very flamboyant in that way and he tries to get him more into the world of being a show dog. It's stupid. It really is. It's stupid. And to be honest with you, I rarely have this reaction, but the whole movie, I'm like, why am I here? I could be seeing tons of other movies right now. I could have seen a movie about old ladies reading a 50 Shades of Grey book, and I would have rather seen that than this film. This entire film just was torturous. It was boring. The animation, I mean, don't even get me started on it. It's terrible. It looks like it was made in like a 5th grade editing class. That's really what it looked like. I can't even say a middle school class. It looks like one of those, you know, it looks like animation you have when you have one of those computer classes when they're first teaching you how to use a computer. That's really how it looks here. Nothing about it looks good. It just, the actions of the dogs don't look tangible in this universe at all. It's awful. The score is whatever, I guess, and the editing. The movie is not even the movie's not even like 100 and something minutes long, and it feels like 3 hours. It really does. This movie just kept going, and it just wouldn't stop, and I hated basically everything about it. I don't really have much more to say about this movie. I honestly don't know why I saw it. It was a new release. I was dreading the fuck out of it, and I took the bullet, honestly. A lot of people did not see this movie, but I did, and if you wanted to see a review of Show Dogs, well, you got it, and like I said, it's absolute garbage. Will Arnett is good, but that's about it. Show Dogs is about as bad as I was expecting it to be. It's easily one of the worst movies of the year, and look, I understand we do get talking dog movies on like direct-to-DVD, but I would much rather take those movies over something like this, solely because these are theatrical releases. I don't know why we are in 2018 and we're still getting movies like this. I thought this trend died out years ago, but apparently it doesn't. Apparently we do get films like 9 Lives, which I will give the movie this. As much as I did hate it, I will give it this. It is good for kids. It's not a serious, you know, movie where there's all these like boardroom scenes and like suicide references. This is a movie that is made for kids, very much for kids, but it's not for anyone else. I mean, I guess it's made for adults. There was an old lady who was laughing throughout the whole movie, and that was about it. This was the only person who laughed in the entire theater. Even the kid who was in the theater didn't seem entertained, so I honestly don't know who this movie is for. I don't know why I saw this, to be honest with you. Like I said, it's as bad as you can imagine. I know I'm rambling, but I'm still processing the fact that I actually saw this. It's pretty sad when the only thing I laughed at in this movie are like the bloopers. The bloopers, I guess, are good. I'd say stay at the end if you're going to see it, but who you can. You're not going to see this most likely. It's probably going to leave theaters like a week from now, and I am going to give Show Dogs overall a D-. But if you are among the few people who did in fact see Show Dogs, let me know what you guys thought of it. Honestly, again, I don't know why I saw this movie. That's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this review was terrible, but I did not have much to say. It's exactly what you expect it to be. That's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in my next video, and I will see you guys for that. Okay, bye.